What are we solving for? What letter? N. So I need to get N by itself, so what needs to move? The 4. So we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. Or 4, my bad. I'm tweaking. Okay, so I got, what is 2 minus 4? -2. Okay, so this one is done. Okay, number 3, what needs done? Times 15 on both sides. What is -14 times 15? Huh? -210. Okay, what about 5? Who's the third wheel? The 7. How do I move that 7? -7 from both sides. Okay, so I'm going to get P over 2 equals, what is -2 minus 7? -9. Okay, and then how do I break up that couple? Times by 2 on both sides. So we're going to get -18. Okay, the next one, who's the third wheel? Who needs to move first? Okay, so in order, like these go into 2 pieces. So if we look at this one, this is the couple, this is the third wheel. If we look at this one, this is the couple, this is the third wheel. So the 6 has to get moved first, okay? So we're gonna times 6 on both sides. Okay, so we're gonna say times 6 times 6. So we got 3 plus B. What is -1 times 6? -6. Okay, and then what needs done? -3 on both sides. -9. Okay, number 9. What needs done first? Okay, who can get put together? The 3 and the 1 can get put together. They got the same last name, which is no last name. Okay, so what is 3 minus 1? 2. So I'm going to get 4n plus 2 equals -2. Okay, now if we look at this, who's the third wheel? Yep, so we're going to -2 from both sides. Okay, so I'm going to get 4n equals -4. Okay, and then what needs done? How do I break up that couple? Divide. Okay, so on all these equation parts, I mean, you kind of either know it by now or you don't. We've done it with inequalities, we've done it with absolute value, we've done it with just equations. Okay, you should know how to like solve equations. I mean, there's not like, I can't write you steps, it's not gonna happen. So you kind of just got to be able to look at it and get that done. Okay, 11. What needs done first? The parentheses always need done first. Okay. So I'm going to have, and I'm going to put a -1r. Okay, what is -8 times -7? Let's go. 56. So I got plus 56r, -8 times 2. -16 equals -456. Okay, now what? Yep, I can put the -1R and the positive 56R together. So -1 plus 56 is gonna give me a 55R. Okay, who's the third wheel? 16. What is -456 plus 16? -440. Okay, and then what needs done? Divide by 55. Okay, what is -440 divided by 55? -8. Okay, just because I'm thinking about it. Okay, anything from last week, okay, is due by Friday. Not even just from last week. Anything from last week and previous is due by Friday. So if you have any missing assignments, okay, they are due by Friday. You need to get those in. These finals reviews, you will have till the last day of school to get those done. God forbid you miss a day or something like that. Okay, 13, what needs done first?
Find the x's.
Okay, be more specific.
Find the 6x and negative.
Then 6 and the 2 can go together. So 6 minus 2 is going to be 4x equals 9 minus 5x. Okay, in this case, on this one, I would probably put yourself a note, letters go left, numbers go right, okay? So if we look at this 4x, is that a letter or a number?
It's a number.
It's a letter. It has a letter in it, then the letter trumps number, okay? What about the 9?
It's just a number.
It's just a number. What about the -5x?
All left.
A letter, okay? All the letters need to be moved to the left, and any just plain numbers need to be moved to the right. Okay, so is the 4x, is he on the left or right-hand side? He's already on the left, so we don't need to touch him, okay? Now we're moving to the right side, okay, of that equal sign. The 9, is he gonna stay or go? He's gonna stay. He's just a number, and he's already on the right. Okay, what about the -5x? He's gotta move, so we gotta do the opposite, so we're gonna add him over here. So we're gonna say plus 5x plus 5x. Okay, so 4 plus 5 is gonna give me 9x equals 9. Okay, and then what needs done? Divide by 9. So it's gonna give me a 1. Okay, 15, what needs done first? The parentheses, okay, so we're gonna say 8, what is 6 times 8? 48. 6 times 7 is 42b, and I got a -30b, or -30 minus 1b. I'm gonna put a 1 in front of there. Okay, then what?
Add the 8 and 48.
Okay, yep, so the 8 and 48 can get put together, they're both numbers, so what is 8 plus 48?
56.
56, so we're gonna get 56 plus 42b equals -30 minus 1b. Okay, and again, now we're getting to that part, letters go to the left and numbers go to the right. 56, is that a letter or a number? It's a number, so he needs moved to the right. So we're gonna say minus 56. Okay, what am I gonna put him under? The 30 or the 1? The 30. He is just a number, and that's just a number. So it's gonna go under the 30. Okay, I like to do this all in one step. Okay, the 42, is that a letter or a number? It's a letter, and it's on the left, so it's gonna stay on the left. Okay, the only other thing we need to check is what? The 1. Okay, is that a letter or a number? It's a letter, so it needs to move to the left, okay? So we're gonna say plus 1b plus 1b. Okay, and really, it should look like this. You should have two X's on both sides where everything cancels and all your letters and all your numbers are together. Okay, if you like to do it in 2 steps, you're more than welcome to though. Okay, 42 plus 1 is gonna be 43B. Negative 30 minus 56. Negative 86. Okay, and then what needs to happen? You mean 43? I know what you meant. You just got them backwards. Okay, negative 86 divided by 43. Negative 2. Okay, the next section on here, this is the note I want you to write, okay? The bars. Am I on the same one? I skipped a page. There we go. The bars means 2 answers. Okay, so all of these are going to have 2 answers. So notice how every single one has bars. Okay, the only other rule with these is, and it's kind of hard to write out, so you guys can help me in a minute, is about the outside of the bars. Okay, so if we look at this first one, is there anything on the outside of the bars? So if you look at like number 21, see how that 6 is on the bottom, like outside the bars? Okay, that's not allowed. Okay, look at 22. What's not allowed? What's on the outside of the bars? The 3. Okay, 23. What's on the outside of the bars? The 10. Okay, so when things are on the outside of the bars, you have to do that first. However, is there anything on the outside of the bars on ours? On 17. There's not. Okay, so once there's not, we can say comma, and whatever my answer is right now, which is 16, we can say comma negative 16. Okay, because we're really solving this twice. Okay, and so now if we're looking at the 8x, how do I move that 8? What needs done? Divide. Okay, and so really you're going to divide every single one of these by negative 8. Okay, for the first one, what is 16 divided by negative 8? Negative 2. Negative 16 divided by negative 8. 2. Okay, now, don't get it mixed up. Not all of them are going to be like 5 and negative 5, 2 and negative 2. Okay, they are not. So don't do that. Okay, 19, is there anything on the outside of the bars? No. Okay, so we can go ahead and say comma, make it a negative 94. Okay, and so now if we're looking at this equation, who's the third wheel? Who needs to move first? The negative 4, so we're going to say plus 4 on all these. Plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. Okay, 94 plus 4 is going to be 98. And for the other one, I'm going to get a negative 90. Okay, and then what needs done? What needs done next? Divide by 10. For every piece. Okay, and this is where the calculator is going to come into play. What is 98 divided by 10? It's going to give you a fraction. 49 over 5. So it reduces the fraction for you. Okay? Because I have not looked at it yet, just so we're all on the same page, how do you turn that to a decimal? What is the button on your calculator? S to D. Okay, so your answer may be in decimal form or it may be in that fraction form. Okay, and then negative 90 over 10 is going to be negative 9. Okay, so these are our two answers for this one.
That's 49.
49 over 5, yeah. Okay, 21. Is there anything on the outside of the bars?
Yeah, that's 6.
The 6. So before we can say comma and make it a negative, you have to move the 6 first. So we're going to say times 6 times 6. So I got bar, x minus 6 bar equals 12. Okay, and so now we can look at it. Is there anything on the outside of the bars? No, so now I can say comma and make it a negative 12. Okay, whereas these ones, our very first step was to make it comma negative 94. Okay, if there's stuff on the outside, you gotta move it first before you say comma and make it a negative. Now if we're looking at this, how do I move that minus 6? Plus 6. Okay, so we're gonna say plus 6, plus 6, plus 6. Okay, 12 plus 6 is gonna be 18. Negative 12 plus 6 is gonna be negative 6.
Because this is only due to one. So, I don't think so. Like, oh, one. He hasn't, kind of, he knows how to snap though, so he could easily, because he did long snap.
Is Hanson in there?
And he is.
Oh, okay, I couldn't remember what. That's fine, I will shoot him an email. He does it all the time. Okay, 23, what needs moved first? The 10, so we're gonna say times 10, times 10. Okay, so I'm gonna get negative 8 minus 6n equals 40. Okay, now is there anything on the outside of the bars? I guess I should put the bars. Okay, no, so we're gonna say comma, negative 40. Okay, and so now if we're looking at this, who's the third wheel? Who needs to move first? The 8, so we're gonna say minus 8, minus 8, minus 8. So I'm gonna get negative 6n equals 32 and a negative 48. And then we're gonna divide by negative 6. Okay, what is 32 divided by negative 6?
Negative 6.
32 divided by negative 6. Huh? Negative 16 over 3? Is that what you said? Okay. Negative 48 divided by negative 6 is going to be a positive 8.
We got half of it.
We're about halfway, or my half. Some of them go really fast, so it just kind of depends on. Okay, for numbers 25 through 28, okay, this is going to be cross multiply, then divide.
I remember doing this in like.
Yeah, and you did a little butterfly or whatever.
That's-
Okay.
he said that.
So 4 times 8. It's gonna be 32a. And then we're gonna do the other one. 8 times 3. What's 8 times 3? 24. Okay, so we did our cross multiply, then what? What's it say?
Solve for me.
Bye, for real. It says cross multiply, then
Oh,
then divide. So we're gonna divide.
Oh, you gotta cut.
What?
Hey, my camera's on.
Oh.
You better quit being late. Today was a bad day to do that.
Yeah, you right.
24 divided by 32. 3 over 4. Okay, 27. We're gonna cross multiply. So 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, when we do this other one, see how he's got 2? Okay, so you gotta do like, really it's like, it looks like this. 10k minus 5. Okay, so you really gotta go like that. Okay, so it's gonna be 10k minus 50. Okay, and so if we're looking at this, you can't just straight up divide. Okay, so if,
right there.
yeah, what needs moved?
Really?
The 50. Okay, so I got 74 equals 10k. Then what needs done? We're gonna divide by 10. Okay, and what is 74 divided by 10?
37 over 5.
Huh?
37 over 5.
37 over 5? Okay. Okay, and again, those ones, they may be in a decimal, they may be in a fraction, okay? So, as long as you can get there, then you'll be cool. Okay, solve each equation for the indicated variable. If we look at 29, what is the indicated variable? What variable did it tell you to solve for? A. Okay, so we're gonna look at this and say, well, whatever's by A needs to be moved. What is by A? C. So how do I move that? Okay, and really this is what it looks like. It looks like this. How do I move that? You're gonna divide, okay? So we're gonna divide both sides by C. Okay, so on this side we have A. On this side I literally have G over C. Okay, 31. What is our indicated variable? What they tell us solve for what? X. So anything that's by X needs to be moved. What is by X? M. So how do I move a minus M? Plus M. So we say plus M, plus M. Okay, so I got X equals, over here you're just going to write this all in one line. Okay, so it's going to look like N minus P plus M. Hey, why are you not writing?
I don't know.
It's your final, buddy. It's 100 points, this packet. Swear to God.
I'm a pass.
We'll see. You still owe me 2 tests.
I do.
Yeah, they just took them off already.
Do I still gotta do that test?
Yes,
We
you
took
do.
off. I wasn't here.
So you really don't know?
Okay, hold on. Shh, my camera's on and we gotta finish this. Okay, each table represents a relation to determine domain and range. Okay, the notes are pretty simple for this. The domain is all of the x's or y's? It's the x's. The range is the y's. Okay, you're not allowed, so no repeating. Okay, and then you can tell it's a function, okay, if there's repeating, okay? So the domain is going to be -7, -5, -4, -3, and -2. Okay, if this was like -3 and -3, you can only write it down one time, okay? For the range, okay, I got -2, 7, -1, 6, and -4. Okay, you can repeat this way, like up and down, but you cannot repeat long ways. Okay, is this a function?
Yeah,
How do you know?
because none of the none of the domains would be.
Yeah, so yes, it is a function. So for the function part, it is a function if no x's repeat. Okay, each set of ordered pairs represents a relation. Determine the domain and range. Okay, same thing. This goes like this: x comma y, or you can look at it as d comma r, d comma r. Okay, and so when we write these out, it's just going to look like d equals, same thing as above. Okay, so my d is going to be -7, -5, -2, 4, and 5. Okay, for the range, it's gonna look like, again, -7. Okay, there's another -7, so we're not gonna write it down. Okay, 0, 3, and 3. So we're only gonna write down 3 one time. Okay, is this a function?
Yes.
Yes, it is. None of the x's repeat. Okay, 37, the domain. Okay, same thing. We're just going to read it this way. It's -7, -3, 1, and 7. The range is going to be -5, -1, 4, and 6. Okay, now if it has two arrows either going to it or coming from it, then that means it repeats. So we don't write it down, but that doesn't mean it repeats. So is this a function, yes or no? It is not. Why not?
Oh, yes.
So off the 3, see how it's got 2 arrows? Okay, and so that's going to fail that vertical line test when we go to do this. So this is going to be a no. Okay, 39. Same thing. So if dots, okay, are right on top of each other on the same line, then it is not going to be a function, okay? And we call that the vertical line test, okay? So any 2 dots like this and then like this, if you could draw a straight line through it, then it's not a function. Okay, so is 39 a function, yes or no? No. Okay, so we can see here, like on this line, there's 1 dot and there's another dot, okay? So that's not allowed, so this one is going to be a no. Okay, what about 41? Is that a function? It is not. So again, see how this one, it goes straight up and down? There's really a dot here, 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 here. Okay, that's how we make a line. Okay, so this is going to be a no. Okay, 43 says they gave you the stuff and they want you to find f of 9. So everywhere that there's an x, we're going to be putting a 9. So it should look like this. There should be a 9 here and a 9 here. Okay, so write all this out. It's going to look like f of 9 equals, there's another x, so we're going to say 9 minus 6. Really, the only part that we're doing is the 9 minus 6. What is 9 minus 6? 3. Okay. All this is saying over here is when I plug in 9, I get 3. Okay. Over here, it's the same thing. When I plug in -5, I get whatever answer that is. Okay. But it's really on your test. It's going to look like this, but once you see the 3, like you'll be good. Okay. We're gonna do 2 more. Okay, sketch the graph of each line. Again, there's not like much notes, okay? The x-intercept goes to the x line, find the x line, okay, which is here, and then go to the 4 and put your dot. Okay, go to the y line and then find the 5 and put your dot. Okay, and then we're gonna connect our 2 dots, and that's it. Okay, find the slope of the line. For this one, the only notes that you're gonna need, okay, is this is your rise, gosh dang it. Your rise over your run. Okay, so that's how much you go up or down, versus how much you go left or to the right. Okay, and then this is a positive line. And this is a negative line. Okay, we always count from the lowest dot up to the highest dot. So we're gonna start with this dot. And how much do you go up and how much do you go over?
5 and 1.
You said 5 and 1? Somebody agree? Do we go up 5 and then over 1? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and then lastly, is this a positive or a negative line? It is a negative line. So we're gonna throw a negative on there. Okay, we're gonna stop here. Okay, 1 through 48 should be done today.